Hello and welcome to part 34 of Let's Play Modded Skyrim. Last time I was rudely interrupted by the phone, but now we are back, and we had to wait so long that it's now turned daylight, and that's going to cause a little bit of problem for my character because I've tried to sneak. I also don't want to end up waiting here, because although on vanilla Skyrim it's fine just to wait here, of course my character will become super tired and his encumbrance will drop and we won't be able to get anywhere. And I don't want to bore anyone by running back and getting some sleep and then coming back here again. So we're just going to have to go for it. Not recommended for thieves at home. So we will make our way back to this exposed area where we always go through. We can only hope that people's backs are turned, otherwise we are going to be in trouble. The wood chopping mercenary usually is distracted, and the walking guard does give you a few seconds to sneak past. That wasn't particularly well timed, but they don't seem to have noticed me right now. All I have to do is make the last few meters round. Unfortunately I've chosen a bad place to go over because there seems to be an obstruction here. Yeah, the rock's in the way. And they've noticed me as well. I hope that my sneak eye can close before they get too close. They shouldn't notice me here. I'm behind a little cliff. If I stay very still, and I'm wearing this cloak, I'm practically invisible to them. If they look over that side, then I'm in trouble. Of course, if they just wander up and down, or they decide to go up on the tower, then I'm safe. Unfortunately he's coming down, but he's looking the wrong way. Uh-oh, he's coming closer. He's having difficulty getting over this rock. He's incredibly close. Guard with a big axe. He can't see me. That's one look this way. He's walking away. Well, that seems to be his search response is over. Almost reminds me of Predator when Arnie was covered in mud up against the cliff, and the Predator with his heat-sensing seekers couldn't see him. Maybe that's what's happened to me. Maybe I'm covered in mud. After all, I have just come from the water and I'm just splattered up against the mud anyway. Yes, but that was mildly amusing. They are returning to their normal duties now, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. I'm going to go the same way the guard took, up these rocks. That should allow me to shift around and not be seen. The guards return to his wood chopping duties. The other guards walking behind the house now. So all I have to do is just wait a few more seconds and make a quick dash for it. Still in sneak mode, of course. If you sneak in walk mode, it's painfully slow. You really can't get anywhere. This is the back entrance to Goldenglow estate. No guards around this way. Expert lock though. No problem. I've got a few lockpicks. Also, I have got braces of lockpicking, so I should really use those. Anyway, they only widen the sweet spot a little bit, so... Oh yeah, okay, alright. They increase the sweet spot by around about 10%, so it makes it slightly easier. My lockpicking is quite bad anyway. I think it's around about 21, 22. But I can still get past an expert lock. Okay, quick confession. I did edit it there because I was caught by a guard. I haven't played this for quite a while and I did something very silly and two guards came after me. I didn't want to ruin things by having to fight them and kill them and turn this into a slash fest, so I reloaded. We're back in the start of Goldenglow. I'm just going to get some food in here because my character again is getting hungry. That break where he's waiting at the cliff for dawn to sneak into the house was not a good idea. Not generally a good idea for thieves to wait until light to go and sneak into house. Normally the other way around. Normally you wait until it gets dark, but my cat has got other ideas. There are a lot of sweet rolls here that I could take. For anyone who wants to feed a villager or get on the villager's good books, of course, you could take all the sweet rolls here. She constantly asks for sweet rolls, and I think she does appreciate it if you give them to her. Especially if you're trying to romance her or trying to get her in good books. I've never tried to romance villager because I think I'm probably one of these people who doesn't, although I play computer games and that's quite lonely and sad in itself, I suppose, although it's more acceptable. I'm not one of those people who wants to have a romance with a computer game character. It doesn't do it for me. There's quite a lot of gold here, quite a lot of treasures. Each of these drawers there's around about 5 or 6 gold. Locked door to some sort of treasure chest. This is worth going to because I think we have to find a key anyway to get into. We have to find a key to get into the basement or find a key to the safe anyhow. So we need to look round for it. In here's just gold. I'll take that. I won't take the iron ingot, that's not worth taking. More gold. Worth coming in here anyway. That's about 110 gold we got here. Healing potions, which are always good. Potion of pickpocketing, which is very good for my character. I really need to boost my pickpocketing. Okay, so that little arrow down there shows me that I need to get down into the Goldenglow basement to get to the safe. We need the key first though, I think, and initially Brynjolf told us that the key, there's a guard over there that I've just noticed, so I will just go into super slow sneak mode. Backstabbing, of course, is an option. If it's just one guard, then I'll be okay. However, since I have played this and got caught out, I know there are 2 guards here, because that's exactly what I tried to do last time. I tried to sneak up and backstab that guy who for some reason is in the naughty corner and facing the wall. But there's another guard that walks up and down this corridor that we need to avoid. He doesn't stay for long, but there's certainly not going to be enough time to sneak up to him while I'm in my super slow sneak mode and stab him in the back. If we were actually a able thief and we had the perks that allowed you to run sneak, then that's maybe a possibility, but at the moment with my extremely low level thief I can't do that. I have no idea why that guard is facing the wall. That's certainly not what you'd do. If you were on guard duty, you wouldn't have a chair and face the wall. Face down the corridor or sit at one of these tables if you're that bored. But unless of course he's having a sleep. But that guard walking up and down the corridor, that's going to be the main trouble for me. I can't get to the basement. However, we need to go and find the key to the safe anyway. When we spoke to Brynjolf, I might have talked over it, but Brynjolf told us that Arenleth, who's the wood elf or high elf, I'm not sure which, that runs this estate, has the key on them. So we can either persuade him, pickpocket him, or kill him to get the key. Brynjolf did say that it was perfectly acceptable to kill Aranleth. So that's an exception, we could kill him. I'd prefer to pickpocket him. But if it does come down to it, we do kill him. We can kill him. Our persuasion skills really low. Our speech is only 22, so we're not going to be able to persuade him. He's not even going to give us the option. Although I think the fact that you can actually talk to him and persuade him does mean that you do get a chance to pickpocket him. He's not a immediately hostile enemy that attacks you and calls NPCs down onto you. Right, so that's an optional quest. That's an optional quest to go and steal the key to open the safe. That would indicate to me that you can open the safe without the key. You can actually use a lockpick to open it. So it's probably a master level lock that you've got to open. So that's going to be really difficult, and I'm glad that I've got enough lockpicks. Well, I'm glad that the guards killed that thief, to be honest. There's a guard just leaning up against the wall. And we will slow sneak up to him. Of course there's an option that you can run sneak up to him and stab him, but I don't want to be caught out. That's a very loud door. I'm glad you didn't notice. Hopefully this room gives us the option of going around. There was a book there, The Mystery of Talara. I did consider reading it. But again, obviously it's a bit immersion breaking that a thief goes into a house and starts reading a book. Well, not immersion breaking, because some burglars have done silly things like that. Left their DNA all over the place. Right, if we edge round here, I wonder if that guard can see us. Luckily there's some sort of bookshelf or piece of furniture in the way, so he cannot see us. So that guard again, he's just leaning in a crook of furniture where he gets the least possible view. Suits me. So we're doing quite well at the moment. We're sneaking through everyone. Oh, okay. Back up here. Guard sitting at a table. Some tempting gold. I am not going to take that gold for now because I don't know what that does. I think that the more things that you pick up or more actions you do, the more times your sneak is tested. I'm going into third person to sneak around because that gives you the ability to see around corners. And this might be not too good for immersion purists, because you could be saying, oh, if you are sneaking, surely you should be in first person perspective. But the fact is, if you're in first person perspective, it's not entirely realistic because you can't peek around corners. You've just got to put your whole body in view. With third person, you can sort of simulate the fact that you are... Well, you gotta lockpick this, and that guy's not gonna notice. Otherwise that would be very unfortunate. Yeah, the third person, I guess, simulates the fact that you can look around corners or stick an eye around corners just to see what's around there. Again, extremely loud door. I suppose these guards and mercenaries that are sitting down, all they're doing is falling asleep. This looks like the master bedroom, so I think this is where the elf that runs the estate is. Now we want to sneak up behind him. There he is. There's a cupboard in the way. There's also this step in the way, so it looks like we're going to have to step into his full vision unless we manage to somehow. I'm going to try and jump up here. Jump up and down, hope that guard outside doesn't notice. But we can't get up there. Let's just fly. Let's fly. If we back up a bit and we'll try jumping. Invisible wall time. There must be an invisible wall here. We'll just go up these steps. Hopefully he won't notice us. He's detected us. He doesn't detect us. So he's changed his mind. There seems to be someone behind him. This looks like there's two of him. There is two of him. He's duplicated himself. Right, there goes realism out of the window. He is stuck in an alternate universe. There he is. What, number one? Number two. Okay. One of them's looking at me, the other's looking the other way. Hi, hi.
Worthless mercenaries. I didn't think Maven or Mercer would allow me to get away with this.
I'll just sneak in front of you. Because obviously...
Worthless mercenaries. I didn't think
obviously
Maven
I
or
can
Mercer
hide
would allow
here.
me to get away with this. But I had little choice.
I could pickpocket you now, even though one of you is looking at me. Let's drink my potions of pickpocketing so it's more successful. Maybe you won't notice me if I drink these potions right under your nose. This, by the way, if you hadn't noticed, is some sort of glitch. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, he has got a Goldenglow key. Basement key. That should be it. We level up.
Worthless mercenaries. I didn't think Maven or Mercer would allow me to get away with this. But I had little choice.
And we're hidden again. Something is... That was strange. That was strange, but we'll take advantage of that. I'm sure there'll be some glitches that take advantage of me. I'll take advantage of them. Nightingale's fact or fiction? That is relevant to us. That is relevant to us because, as we will learn later, we'll save that for later though. There's some gold here, but we can't seem to pick that up. Yeah, the Nightingales are a faction, if you like, of the Thieves Guild, and they play quite a big role in the missions later on. Let's see if we can level up. We'll level up stamina, I think. We don't have that much use for health. It's not that useful. We get two-shotted anyway. I want to improve either my sneak, my pickpocketing. Speech isn't that good. Haggling is tempting. Of course, what we have is we've got that perk from the Thieves Guild equipment anyway, so we don't need it. We'll put our perks into alchemy, so we're a physician. Doesn't sound very good, but technically we should actually put everything into sneak, but we can't right now because we've only got 28 skill in sneak. We need 30. This is the skill cap at work. If the skill cap wasn't at work, we'd just be we would have improved our sneak from round about 23 all the way up to 40 by now, and then we would have gone up 3 levels. There is a beauty about the skill cap because it does make the game so much more fun. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but when you're playing games, and you're playing RPG games especially, there is an element of the fact that you want to improve your character, you want to level up your character, and that's the way you get progress. And for some reason, the actual game itself, the actual experience of playing the game, gets left behind, and instead you're left with a game where you're grinding. Instead of enjoying the game for what it is. And I highly recommend the skill capping mod because it makes you forget about having to do all the grinding and makes you actually play the game for real. Anyhow, we need to get down to the basement. That's where the safe is. We've got the key to the basement now. So we're back on the ground floor. We just need to get past these two guards at the bottom. If you remember, there was one guard sitting on the chair and one guard walking up and down the corridor. That was a bit of a mad dash because he saw us.
Nothing here after all.
So that was a bit of a flash and he didn't see us. Not too realistic, but I'm not complaining. That was a bit of a hash of the sneak, but the game was forgiving enough. Okay, so here we are, we're in the basement. There are two fellows over there. Now I've no idea. I hope we don't have to kill them. They don't look like guards, they don't look like mercenaries, because the mercenaries here, they're wearing iron armor, they're wearing the kind of classic horned iron helmet. And those two guys were not. But I won't go near them. Now this dungeon looks very Dungeon Master-esque. You got these classic isometric 90-degree walls that you've got to get round. I remember there was this modder for Oblivion. His name was David Brasher, and what he did was he made loads of these brilliant dungeons. He must have made about 30 or 40 of them, and they were classic old school dungeons. He made some new ones as well, modern ones, but they were really good fun to play on. And if you've ever played Oblivion or you want to play Oblivion, I'd highly recommend that you give David Brasher's dungeon mods a go. I don't know if he mods for Skyrim anymore. I hope he does. I know people have had problems with the creation kit. There's a lot of oil here. And a guard, an oil leading up to the guard. And what you would do as a guard is sit in a chair with oil all over the place. Doesn't look like I can particularly get round him, so I'm going to try and burn him to death, I think. This is going to be one of the only times that I have to kill him, because I don't think I've got an option. If I had something like the Dragon Shout where you actually using a torch doesn't work. Okay, well we're gonna have to use our flames. If I had a Dragon Shout that could distract him, like to go to another corner, then I'd use that. But I don't have that at the moment, so I will have to kill him. And I'll do it in an amusing way. I won't boringly shoot him with arrows or stab him in the back. Let's burn him. Just having that. Well, it didn't really hurt him. He's fine. He's fine. That was only a bit of flaming death. Okay. That was a bit disappointing. We should have backstabbed him. And one hit from him without our shield up really did hurt us. Knocked off over half our health. This is tactical now. That's good. No mercy for you. I would give him mercy, but the thing is I'm sure that he would go and warn someone. I know I've got a mod in called Mercy, and what that does, it stops people who've said mercy coming back to fight you, or basically gives them permanent fear. But I think that would actually I'd have to kill him at some point anyway. Well, here's a safe. It's an expert safe. So like I thought, it's not really a game where you absolutely have to kill Aranleth. You can actually just use lockpicks to get everywhere. Quite disappointing in a way. So if you're an overpowered character, or you're a player who likes grinding your character up, then you can just complete these games really easily. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about the skill capping. If you don't skill cap and you can increase the power of your character as much as you want, then you'll be tempted to do so. But it makes the game a lot less fun, because at the moment I'm having a lot of fun playing this game, because I'm actually going through the game mechanics like I should do. I'm going to try and pickpocket Aranleth to get the key, because coming down here to the safe will be too hard. I'm trying to sneak as opposed to trying to just mercilessly slaughter my way into Goldenglow, because that wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't make the game fun. One area, of course, that I could work on here, or they could work on here, is making the loot matter a lot less as well, because at the moment ebony armor, of course, is a lot more powerful than steel armor, for example, and I think it does around about 60-70% more damage. So you're essentially, when you're going for ebony armor, you're essentially leveling your character up by choosing better armor. If they could make the differentiation between the good armor and the medium armor less broad, then that would also make you concentrate in the game more. If you imagine having a game which only rewarded you ebony armor because it protected you against an extra 10-20% against lightning, or you had a particular set of armor, steel armor for example, would only protect you one more than iron would do, or elvish armor for instance wasn't better protecting, but it was lighter, then you'd have much less differentiation between the armors, much less players going out and trying to level their characters up. Okay, so we're outside Goldenglow, so we've come out of the sewers, I guess it is. All that we need to do now is then we need to go and swim back to Riften. I'm not going to be caught out here. I can be seen by all the mercenaries and guards that I like. But that's quite a cool mission. The developers obviously put a lot of effort into it. It's very varied as well. I know a lot of people say that the missions in Skyrim are boring. They are just go into a dungeon, pick up this, go into a dungeon and kill this. But I think it's the way you just go around missions. If you're an overpowered character, then you can just go into every dungeon and kill and complete the quest. But if you're an underpowered character, then you've got to find a way of completing it. And that's, I think, is the challenge of Skyrim. My character's making odd noises as he's flopping about.
Dirge told me
I don't
you
know
made
what
it
that
into
is.
the guild. You need dirt on anything, you talk to me. Slip up and
Thank
I'll
you,
gut you
Maul.
like a fish.
I don't think he offers you any new quests. I did do it initially, because he did tell you to go and follow him. But he doesn't give you any new dialogue or any quest dialogue to take. I think he's essential for a quest later on, but at the moment he's not that useful. I've leveled up now, so I wonder if he can give me better weapons.
If you're looking for a handout, you want to speak with my husband. If you're looking for company, I suppose I could do worse.
That's it, that's what Nivenor says. She says, if you're looking for company, I suppose I could do worse. So basically she spends all her husband's money, and she's pretty unfaithful because she's looking for company from anyone. I suppose that's a developer's joke or some sort of in-joke. We'll go the back door, the back exit into... Yeah, we'll go the back exit into the Thieves Guild. I think it's round here. Expert lock. I don't remember an expert lock being here last time.
Close enough.
Okay.
By the order of the Jarl,
Stop right there.
I'm with the guild. Is this enough to clear my bounty? 2 gold.
I can make all
Sure.
your problems with the guards go away, but it'll cost you. What do you
2
say?
gold. Clear my bounty
Done.
for 2 gold.
Now move along before
Done.
you get me in
Ha.
trouble.
Ha! 2 gold. Bargain. Bargain. Well, that's not the Thieves Guild back entrance. I just took a wrong turning. This is the Thieves Guild back entrance, and this is the little tomb that you've got. Now, where's that button? Here it is. Press button. Okay, that rolls it back. Okay, and that leads us into the Ragged Flagon Cistern. So that's mission over. I suppose Brynjolf should be happy with me.
Word on the street is Goldenglow's been hit. Good job, lad. Let me take a look at what you found. Arengoth sold Goldenglow? What's that idiot thinking? He has no idea the extent of Maven's fury when she's been cut out of a deal. But I'm certain he'll find out. If only the parchment had the buyer's name instead of this odd symbol. Any idea what that might be? Blast. Well, I'll check my sources and speak to Mercer. But for now, you're off to speak to Maven Blackbriar.
I didn't take a
She
look at
asked
the
for you
deed.
by
I
name.
perhaps should have, just to read it for myself.
I don't like this place, and I wouldn't trust anyone.
No, nothing like that. You're calling on her for business.
So we have to go and see Maven Blackbriar next.
That's between you and Maven, and I prefer to keep it that way. Don't worry about it.
And so
Maven's
we've
business
completed
dealings
the
usually involve
second,
quite a bit
well I
of
suppose this is the
gold.
third, technically, Thieves Guild quest.
Of course. You're
And
paid.
Maven gives us the 4th one.
You're smart as a whip, lad. Keep doing right by us. And
Okay,
there's
we're at
plenty
the
more
end of the
where that-
video now, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time on Let's Play Modded Skyrim.